And the title is called Promoting Robotic Exoskeletons Acceptance Among Older Adults, the Roles of Muscle Strength Loss and Message Framing on Intention to Use. Let's go. Here's the table of contents. So I will first talk about why we need to talk about robotic exoskeletons, because exoskeleton seems not a very familiar word among the research field in social sciences. And I will talk about framing and technology acceptance, and also the my PhD study on the factorial design using message framing to explain technology acceptance. Okay, so technology is actually playing a very significant role in contributing to the equality by allowing information access and also enable full participation in society, and also empower active aging. Especially, it is very prominent in the COVID-19 pandemic. And even the United States Secretary General said that digital divide is now a matter of life and death for people who are unable to access essential healthcare information. And it is particularly important in Hong Kong because we use the home safety app during the COVID-19 to track our location. So if the older adults who do not know how to use a smartphone, they will be in trouble. And older adults have been seen as a vulnerable group under the COVID-19 pandemic, not only because of their higher pandemic mortality risk, but the presence of depressive symptoms, exacerbation of ageism, and physical deterioration, largely due to the barriers of using technology. I conducted a pilot study, which is an interview with some older adults, and I asked why they are not using technology, because they want a more simple life after retirement. And some of the technology currently that we are using, we are very used to among the youngsters generation. They found it is very difficult to use. However, when I asked them, so what happened if not using technology? They think that they stated clearly that they will be left behind by the society. So they just starting to learn and use. For technology use, the prerequisites must be technology acceptance. If you don't accept that technology, you're not going to use this technology well. So this is the latest statistics from the Hong Kong government. So you can see that although there is a rising rate of having a smartphone and use the internet during the pandemic period, there are still like 30% discrepancy between the older adults who are age 65 or above compared to other age groups. So in general, only 38.5% and 70% of our older adults in Hong Kong reported using a PC and the internet in the past 12 months, respectively. So it's a much lower rate as compared to the younger generation. And digital divide, as mentioned by other speakers earlier on, actually is a new phase of inequality. And this is defined as the gap between individuals, households, businesses, and geographical locations at various socioeconomic levels concerning about their opportunities to access the information and communication technologies and to their use of the internet for a wide range of activities such as shopping or getting some health-related information. And according to the latest systematic review, digital divide can be separated into 4 levels. At the first level, it's just a simple binary division between people based on their opportunity to access computers and the internet, and which has been studied extensively in the 20th century. And going up 1 level, which is the second level digital divide, there are some intrinsic and extrinsic factors, including the accessibility of digital content and also the internet connectivity. Whether you are using a 3G Wi-Fi or a 5G, that is totally different. And for the intrinsic factors such as digital literacy or e-health literacy and the skills in technology usage among individuals are quite huge. And up on the third level, this is a different story. It is saying that even we are offered the same technology and also the equal digital skills, we are getting unequal beneficial consequences among different individuals. And going up to the fourth level, it is the most complex one. It is saying that the type of technology we are using are different. For instance, we are using just Chrome browsers to finding some literature or Google Scholar. Some people are advanced. They are using ChatGPT now. And then Hong Kong, you is spending it out. I'm not promoting it. Okay, so, and other one is for data inequality. So who have the access to the data and who represent the world as a data and who control over the data flow? We do not have a definite answers of this. And also for the algorithmic system, which is the AI. I'm not promoting the AI use at this stage. So we don't know who is controlling the algorithmic calculations, and the level of these kind of awareness is a bit low, and it is different among different peoples. So I want to talk about gerontology. It is a combined work of gerontology and technology. So actually, we currently have different kinds of products for the older adults and also their family caregivers, including daily activity monitoring, emergency trigger, the support for caregivers like apps, and also this is the humanoid social robots, different from the one I presented. And also the exoskeletons. It looks like a frame or a metal stuff, but I will talk about a soft one later on. However, the pain point of gerund technology is that they don't know how to use it because of digital divide. Okay, so according to the latest Census and Statistics Department's report on the disability among different age groups, for those who are at the age of 65 or above, you can see that the total number of persons who are suffering from impaired mobility and manipulation is basically the top reason for disabilities among older adults in Hong Kong. So we are having a new project that is to develop soft wearable robotics. But before I talk about software robotics, we talk about why we need it. Because of a chronic disease called sarcopenia, which is an age-related loss of skeletal muscle, which is one of the diseases affecting our older adults' physical functions in a progressive manner, and it affects the mobility or manipulations among older adults to perform their activities of daily living, which will reduce their quality of life and also reduce their ability in performing independent living. And the prevalence of sarcopenia in the aging population in Hong Kong is approximately 11.2% in men and 7.6% in women. And the higher prevalence is observed in those with other comorbidities, such as cognitive impairment, cancer, renal failure, or other chronic diseases. In the market, there are existing exoskeletons. So why we are going to develop some new things? Because basically, the marketable ones are at the two ends of spectrum. On the one hand, they are going to enhance people's performance. So they are adopted in the army or in the industrial sites for the workers. And on the other extreme, it is for performance replacement, which is for those who are basically totally disabled or with spinal cord injury. However, for our older adults, they neither do not need to do some performance enhancement because you don't bother to carry like 10 kg rice back home, and they are still having some kind of abilities to perform their daily activities. So they do not need performance replacement as well. So we are developing some soft wearable robots to assist their performance. We don't want to harm their dignity to say that this is a replacement of their ability. We just want to assist them to perform some kind of independent living in the community. So we have a project called iReach. You can see in the photo there is some software robot illustration. So it is different from the pictures I showed before. It's not a metal-like frame. For my study, I use framing to understand if we can put it as our health communication strategies to increase technology acceptance. And for the distal and proximal frame, it is manipulated by the red words, saying that the total number of older adults who age 65 or above who had 4 in a year or per day. So the manipulation is right up here. Go to the findings. So for the demographics, we recruited 145 older adults. So basically females or more. So on average, they age 60.8 years old, and most of them are attaining secondary education. And for sarcopenia potential, you can see that it is just a random sampling. However, most of around 50% of our older adults said that they have some kind of difficulties in their hand grip strength. So they basically cannot carry out like 5 kg of rice right out back from the supermarket to their home. And also there are around 1/4 of our older adults who experience fall before. So it is a justification of why we are doing the developing the soft wearable robots. So here comes the main findings, and the outcome is the perceived health benefits, which is closely correlated with intention to use our robots. So for the left-hand side, actually the gain frame message was more effective in generating higher perceived health benefits of exoskeletons than the lost frame messages. It sounds very complicated. We just need to remember that we cannot scare our older adults by saying that, oh, if you're not using something, then you will lose some ability. It is not working. We need to encourage them with love. So we need to tell them the benefits or gains of using the germ technology, especially for the social wearable robots. So this is the effects of gain frame. And however, for the temporal frame, there is no statistical differences because generally you can see that our the older adults in this study is quite young, so they may not experience too much of difficulties in performing daily activities. And I also compared the 4 groups. So the message is clear, is that the proximally gain frame messages evoke higher perceived health benefit. So again, do not scare our older adults. We just encourage them to use the general technology if you wish them to have some gains in health benefits. So in conclusion, health messages in promoting robotic exoskeletons, acceptance among older adults should highlight the temporally proximal gains. So when they perceive the gains is closer to them, they can get it. They will wish to use this more. And message framing and temporal framing impacted perceived health benefits of robotic exoskeletons in assisting daily living. And for robotic exoskeletons developers, they should collaborate with health message designers or gerontologists like us to adjust their promoting strategies if they wish to promote these kind of beneficial gerontech products. So I would like to take this opportunity to give some acknowledgement to our team. You can see that we have a big team. So this is the project called iReach. If you wish to know more about our project, just scan the QR code or go to this website. And this presentation forms part of my PhD study. And we would like to thank all team members for their generous sharing of knowledge and also conscientious to push forward our iReach project amid the pandemic. And we would also like to thank our participants for their interest, time, and effort to join our experiments and provide valuable data. And this funding is actually supported by a grant from the Research Grants Council of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, and also the postgraduate scholarship under the University of Hong Kong. So here is our team members. This project is led by Professor Ling Shi, Hong Kong U. He is specialized in robotics, and also we have different 12 co-investigators here from different disciplines. So it is a transdisciplinary collaboration. And thank you. And if you have friends or older adults who would like to join the my study, just scan the QR code or share the link to them. Yeah, thank you. And if you have questions, you can raise or send me an email. Thank you very much. So we are about to take the question. So if you have questions, just raise. Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Clio, for an presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'm wondering, because you mentioned about digital divide at the very beginning, I'm wondering whether you think that would affect how people respond to different messages, whether if they are kind of like they don't have many access, or they're kind of the attitude towards technology might be kind of relatively negative, and that would influence how they read the messages.
Yeah, this is an important question. I also include a similar scale, similar to the Japanese scholars, is the e-health literacy, but I found no differences. Probably because of my setting is one of the limitations, because it's an online survey. But I also open the opportunities for older adults who do not use to do an online survey. They can call us, and then we can arrange him or her to come to center, but no one calls us. So they just do the online survey, but our research assistants are so kind to give them instructions, and the older adults also gave feedback on my study. So I would like to thank them again. And I totally agree about the digital divide issue in affecting the acceptance, because it is actually one of the prerequisites for digital literacy and e-health literacy to show the technology acceptance. So in the next stage analysis, I'll be doing this, and we can show, I mean, if I have chance, I can do another presentation on whether e-health literacy or digital literacy affects technology acceptance. Yeah, thank you for your question. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. I think this study is really multidisciplinary, that combines gerontology, robotics, and health communication. So it was so interesting. I was wondering, like, so gain framed message and loss framed message. Is it generally, so as your study, gain framed message work usually better for older adults in other studies?
Oh, the results are quite mixed. For those I first talk about the younger generation. The loss frame is more effective among younger generation. Not sure why. We are unsure why, but we have theories to explain this phenomenon. But the results are very mixed. Sometimes I found those in Western countries, the studies, loss frame is more effective among the older adults to push some kind of consumer. No one is doing technology acceptance, but they are doing something like online shopping, the real consumption. So some of them use loss frame because consumption is different. Consumption is something related to money. So people are more conservative when they hear about something as a loss. For instance, I just give a very quick example. If I give you $20 now, you'll be happy for 10 seconds. However, if you lost that $20 on Metro, you'll be unhappy for the whole day. That is something different between loss frame if it is related to monetary terms. However, for technology acceptance, this is different because they haven't tried it yet. It is just a perception. And in some Korean, I think it's Korean study, it also has some kind of online shopping. If it can boost e-tourism or online shopping among older adults, gain frame is better. Because for online shopping, you are getting something for yourself. Yeah, among older adults.
I asked this question because I thought for older Korean adults, I think loss-framed message will work better for health communication. For example, like COVID-19 vaccine.
Oh, vaccine.
If I say, for my my parents, oh, it is good for you, for your health to get the vaccination. It will not work, but oh, if you do not get the vaccination, you can die. Then they will get
vaccination. Yes, I think for vaccination, yes, because they are more looking into the loss frame because it is risk assertive. Yeah. However, in Korean, there is I think it's newly published last week. It is on whether the younger generation, younger Korean, is conformed to COVID-19 preventive behavior. They are more inclined to gain frame. Yeah. So the result is still quite mixed, though. Yeah. I think we can do we can do a cross-country collaboration later to study if there are some differences due to cultural variations.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your question. Any questions from the floor? Okay.
Could you go back to the page with the poster? Only a small question. Why choose the participants living in the community and but you explode the people who are living in the nursing homes? Just want to know. Yeah.
Oh, not nursing home.
Yeah. Want ask the reason.
The reason. It's because usually in the nursing home they are in a much I would say their functional decline is higher. So most of them using wheelchair. However, our product is like this one, which is for them to walk themselves. It's not for the totally disabled or who is chair-bound. So we just recruit participants from the community.
Oh, yeah. But also includes a daycare center, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, you remind me. I should thank our NGO partners who helped me to recruit our older adults. Yeah, from daycare center.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. So, any more questions? Okay. If not, then we declare the close of this symposium. And on behalf of our organizing committee, we would like to say thank you for your active participation today. And we wish you to have a great rest of your day. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all of our staff from the South Pole Center on Aging who are behind the scene, because they coordinate and set up to ensure our smooth symposium. Thank you very much. Thank you.